Okay. Chapter 9 is the Lord incarnates as Mohinimurti. This chapter describes how the demons, being enchanted by the beauty of the Mohini form, agreed to hand over the container of nectar to Mohini Devi, who tactfully delivered it to the demigods. When the demons got possession of the container of nectar, an extraordinarily beautiful young woman appeared before them. All the demons became captivated by the young woman's beauty and became attached to her. Now, because the demons were fighting among themselves to possess the nectar, they selected this beautiful woman as a mediator to settle their quarrel. Taking advantage of their weakness in this regard, Mohini, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality Godhead, got the demons to promise that whatever decision she might give, they would not refuse to accept it. When the demons made this promise, the beautiful woman Mohini Murti had the demigods and demons sit in different lines so that she could distribute the nectar. Knew that the demons were she knew that the demons were quite unfit to drink that nectar. Therefore, by cheating them, she distributed all the nectar to the demigods. When the demons saw this cheating of Moini Murti, they remained silent. But, but one demon named Rahu dressed himself like a demigod and sat down in the line of the demigods. He sat beside the sun and the moon. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead understood how Rahu was cheating, he immediately cut off the demon's head. Rahu, however, had already tasted the nectar, and therefore, although his head was severed, he remained alive. After the demigods finished drinking the nectar, the Supreme Personality of Godhead assumed his own form. Sukha Goswami ends this chapter by describing how powerful is the chanting of the holy names, pastime, and paraphernalia of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, text 1. Text 1. Sri Shukho Vacha Te Anyonya Sura Patram Harantasya Sak Te Anyonya Sura Patram Harantasya Takta Sauharda Chipanto Dasyu Dharmana Ayantim Datrushu Striyam Sri Shukho Vacha Sri Shukha Goswami said, they, the demons, Anyonya Yataha among themselves, Asura, the demons, Patram, the container of nectar, Haranta, snatching from one another, Tyakta Savarda became inimical toward one another, Chipanta, sometimes throwing the stew, Dharmana, sometimes snatching like robbers, Ayantim coming forward, the Drishu saw Striyam, a very, very beautiful and attractive woman. Okay. Okay. Sukdev Goswami said, thereafter the demons became inimical toward one another, throwing and snatching the container of nectar. They gave up their friendly relations. This is finished. Now they're till now they were very friendly and doing everything together. But now when sense gratification point came, they start fighting. They gave up their friendly relationship. Meanwhile, they saw a very beautiful young woman coming forward toward them. अहो रूपम् अहो धाम अहो अस्य नवं वयः इति ते तामभिधृत्य पप्रच्छुर्जातः पृच्छया अहो how wonderful रूपम her beauty अहो how wonderful dhama her godly luster अहो how wonderful yasya of her Navam knew where beautiful age. Iti in this way, they, those demons, come unto the beautiful woman Abhidritya, going before her Hasti. Paprachu, inquired from her Jat Hirtasya, their hearts being filled with lust to enjoy her. Upon seeing the beautiful woman, the demons said, Alas, how wonderful is her beauty! how wonderful the luster of her body and how wonderful the beauty of her youthful age. Speaking in this way, they quickly approached her, full of lusty desires to enjoy her, and began to inquire from her in many ways. Okay. का त्वं कञ्चपलाशाक्षी कुतो वा किं चिकीर्षसि कस्यासि वद वामोरुमथनतीव मनांसि नः का who are you Kanchapalasakshi having eyes like the petals of a lotus kutaha from where va either kim chikarshi what is the purpose for which you have come here kasya of whom asi do you belong whether kindly tell us vamuru oh you whose thighs are extraordinarily beautiful mathanti Mathanati, agitating, Eva, like Manamsi, within our minds. Nah, our oh wonderful, beautiful girl, you have such nice eyes, resembling the petals of a lotus flower. Who are you? Where do you come from? What is your purpose in coming here, and to whom do you belong? Oh, you whose thighs are extraordinarily beautiful. Our minds are becoming agitated simply because of seeing you. The demons inquired from the wonderfully beautiful girl, to whom do you belong? A woman is supposed to belong to her father before her marriage, to her husband after her marriage, and to her grown sons in her old age. In regard to this inquiry, Sri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says that the question to whom do you belong means whose daughter are you? Since the demons could understand that the beautiful girl was still unmarried, every one of them desired to marry her. Thus they inquired, whose daughter are you? न वयं त्वमैर्दैत्यैः सिद्धगन्धर्वचारणैः न स्पृष्टपूर्वां जानीमो लोकैश्च कुतो निर्भीः. Nah, it is not Vayam we want to you Amarai by the demigods Daitya, by the demon Siddha, by the Siddhas Gandharva, by the Gandharvas Charanai, and by the Charanas. Nah, not up to Asprishta Purvam, never enjoyed or touched by anyone. Janima, no, exactly, Loka Ishai, by the various directors of the universe, Chal, Sukuta, what to speak of Nirviyo by human society. What to speak of human beings, even the demigods, demons, Siddhas, Gandharvas, Charnas, and the various directors of the universe, the Prajapatis have never touched you before. It is not that we are unable to understand your identity. Okay. Even the Asuras observed the etiquette that no one should address a married woman with lust. Okay. Even this much etiquette they had that they should not address a married woman with lust. The great analyst Chanakya Pandit says, Matritva Paradareshu, one should consider another's wife to be one's mother. Such a nice teaching is there in Vedic system, but still people are saying that women are not given much respect in the Vedic system. Are what else we have to do now? It is specifically said that except one's own wife, all are mother only. Now what we have, what more respect? Mother is most respectable in all the societies, and one should consider except one's wife, everyone you consider mother. Okay, that much great respect is given to the woman, because when you consider anyone as mother, you cannot think about any lust. Okay, so all the problems is solved immediately once you start considering other ladies as mother. The asuras, the demon, took it for granted that the beautiful young woman Mohini Murthy, who had arrived before them, was certainly not married. Therefore, they assumed that no one in the world, including the demigods, the Gandharvas, the Charnas, and the Siddhas, had ever touched her. The demons knew that the young girl was unmarried, and therefore they dared to address her. They supposed that the young girl Mohinimurti had come there to find a husband among all those present, the Daityas, the demigods, the Gandharvas, and so on. Many powerful people are present there, so they thought maybe she came to in search of husband. Text 5. नूनं त्वं विधिना शुभ्रू प्रेषितासि शरीरिणां सर्वेन्द्रियमनः प्रीतिं विधातुं सघृणेन किम्. Nunam indeed come you vidina by providence Subhru, O you with the beautiful eyebrows. Preshtita sent Asi, certainly you are so. Sharirinam of all embodied living entities, Sarva, all Indriya of the senses, Mana and of the mind, Preetim. What is pleasing? Vidhatum to administer Sagranena by your causelessness, Kim weather. O beautiful girl with beautiful eyebrows, certainly Providence by his causeless mercy has sent you to please the senses and minds of all of us. Is this not a fact? सा त्वां न स्फुर्दमाना नाम एक वस्तुनि मानिनी ज्ञातीनां बद्धवैराणां संविदित्वा सुमध्यमे. Sa, as such you are, Tvam, your good self, Naha, of all of us demons, is Pradhamananam, of those who are becoming increasingly inimical, Ek Vastuni, in one subject matter, the container of nectar. Manini, O you who are most beautiful in your prestigious position, Yatinam, among our family members, Baddhavairanam, increasingly becoming enemies, Sham, auspiciousness, Vidatsva, must execute Sumadhyame, O beautiful thin-waisted women. We are now all engaged, demons are saying, we are now all engaged in enmity among ourselves because of this one subject matter, the container of nectar. Although we have been born in the same family, we are becoming increasingly inimical. O thin-waisted women, who are so beautiful in your prestigious position, we therefore request you to favor us by settling our dispute. The demons understood that the beautiful woman had attracted the attention of them all. Therefore, they unanimously requested her to become the arbiter to settle their dispute. बहुत अच्छा, very nice. वयं कश्यपदायादा भ्रात्रा कृतपौरुषा विभज्यस्व यथा न्यायं नैव भेदो यथा भवेत्. Vayam, all of us, Kashyap Dayada, descendants of Kashyap Muni, Bhratraha, we are all brothers, Krita Paurusha, who are all able and competent, Vivajisva, just divide Yatha Nyayam, according to law, na, not, if, certainly, Bheda, partially Yatha, as Bhavet should so become. All of us, both demons and demigods, have been born of the same father, Kashyap. Okay, because demons are born from Diti, the wife of Kashyap, and demigods are born from another wife, Aditi. Okay, so both father is Kashyap Muni, and thus we are related as brothers. But now we are exhibiting our personal prowess in descent. Therefore, we request you to settle our dispute and divide the nectar equally among us. इत्युपमन्त्रितो दैत्यैर्मायायोषित अपु अपुर्हरि इत्युपमन्त्रितो दैत्यैर्मायायोषित वपुहरि प्रहस्य रुचिरां पाङ्गैर्निरीक्षन्निदं ब्रवीत् इति thus Upamantritaha, being fervently requested that Jai by the demons Maya Yoshit, the illusory woman, Bapu, Hari, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality Godhead, Prahasya, smiling with the beautiful Ama, Apangai, by exhibiting attractive face. Hare Krishna. Are you able to hear me? You have to keep yourself mute, then it will be nice. Otherwise, it disturbs the class. Okay. Apangai by exhibiting attractive feminine features, Niriksham looking at them, Idam these words Abravit said. Translation. Having thus been requested by the demons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had assumed the form of a beautiful woman, began to smile, looking at them with attractive feminine gesture. She spoke as follows. Sri Mohini Murthy is going to speak now. Okay. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Katham Kashyapata Yada Kunshalyam Mai Sangata Vishwasam Pandito Jatu Kaminishu Nayati. Lord is very expert in dealing all this. See what he is speaking. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, said in the form of Mohini Murti, said, Katham, how is it so? Kashyap Dayada, you are all descendants of Kashyap Muni. Whom Shalyam, unto a prostitute who agitates the minds of men, Mai unto me, Sangata, you come in my association, Vishwasam, faith, Pandita, those who are learned, Jatu, attain time, Kaminishu, unto a woman, Na, never, Yati, take place, he indeed. The Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of Mohini told the demons, O sons of Kashyap Muni, I am only a prostitute. How is that? You have so much faith in me. Whom shall I am? A learned person never puts his faith in a woman. What she is saying. So she is saying right only. That nobody should put faith, but he is presenting himself as Pumshala Stri. That's not right. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chanakya Pandit, the great politician and moral instructor, said, Vishwaso never kartabhya strishu rajakale kuleshicha. Never put your faith in a woman or a politician. Thus, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was pretending to be a woman, warned the demons against putting so much faith in her, for she had appeared as an attractive woman, attentive ultimately to cheat them. Sri Chanakya Pandit said, Vishwaso never kartabhya stri suraj klesi. Stri and politician, women, politician, and river, and the cow, and the animals with nails. Five things one should, nails and horns. These five creatures one should not have any faith. What is that? Women, and then politician, and then the animals with nails or horns, and river and cow. So cow means the animals with horns, and nails means like dog, cat. So because anytime they may turn. Okay. Yes, sometimes you might have seen even cow is considered very peaceful animal, but you may be standing near cow and all of a sudden she will do like this, and for you she just shed. For her it's like a small haribol, and for us it's big horrible, and very big, na, that horns and all. And same way, sometime in river, all of a sudden if you are, its water will be very peaceful, but all of a sudden some flow comes, we don't know. So this fighting, Chanakya says one should not put much faith. For so the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was pretending to be a woman, warned the demons against putting so much faith in her. For she had appeared as an attractive woman, ultimately to cheat them. Krishna, in the form of Mohiniyati, is saying, I can cheat you. Do not put faith in me. Indirectly disclosing the purpose for which she had appeared before them. She said to the sons of Kashyap, how is this? You were all born of a great rishi, Kashyap, yet you are putting your faith in a woman who is loitering here and there like a prostitute and protected by father or husband. Women in general should not be trusted. And what to speak of a woman loitering like a prostitute? Okay. So in one way, he's saying truth only, that I came to cheat you only. So you should not put faith in me. So nobody can say Krishna cheated. He already said, but they did not understand what is the problem. That's their problem. So the word Kamini is significant in this connection. Women, especially beautiful young women. Prabhupada is writing nicely. Women, especially beautiful young women, invoke the dormant lusty desires of a man. Therefore, according to Mani Samhita, every woman should be protected either by her husband, by her father, or by her grown sons. Without such protection, a woman will be exploited. Indeed, women like to be exploited by men. As soon as woman is exploited by men, she becomes a common prostitute. This is explained by Mohini Murti, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Salavrikaणां स्त्रीणां च स्वैरिणीनां सुरद्विषः Sakyan Yahur Nityani Nutnam Nutnam Vichinvatam Salavirganam of monkeys, jackals, and dogs, Strinam cha, and the women Swairinam, especially women who are independent, Sura Dvija, O demon, Sakyani friends, Rahu, it is said, Anityani, temporary, Nutnam, new friends, Nutnam, new friends, Vichinvatam, all of whom are thinking. Okay. O demons, as monkeys, jackals, and dogs are unsteady in their sexual relationships and want newer and newer friends every day, women live independently, seek new friends daily. Friendship with such a woman is never permanent. This is the opinion of learned scholars. Okay. त्रिशुको उवाच इति ते ज्वलितैस्तस्य आश्वस्तमनसोऽसुरा जहसुर्भावगम्भीरं ददुश्यामृतभाजनम् Sri Shukubhacha, Sri Shukdev Goswami said, Iti daste, those demons, Shevlitai, by speaking as if jokingly, Tasya of Mohinimurti, Aswasta, grateful with faith, Manasa, their mind, Asura, all the demons, Jahasu, laughed, Bhava Gambiram, although Mohinimurti was full of gravity, Dadu delivered Cha, also Amrit Bhagam, the container of nectar. So the point here, in the previous slokas, like Mohini Murthy is speaking, and even in one place, Kashyap Muni is also speaking. Just 1 minute, hold on. Verses are there, like here Mohini Murthy is speaking about the nature of women, and some place Kashyap Muni is speaking. Okay, in the sixth canto and in the ninth canto, Urvashi herself is speaking. Okay, so here Lord Himself is speaking. So one should not think like too much in that sense that okay, I am man, so I am very great. Okay, and consider women like low class. Okay, actually nobody should disrespect anyone. And the point is here that everybody is in the material consciousness. This bodily thinking like I am man, I am woman itself is the wrong concept. So the mentality has to be purified, which is like to be enjoyer. That mentality has to be purified. So, if you see, there is only one Purusha, that is Krishna, Govindam Adi Purusham. He is the only one who enjoys. All are other to be enjoyed. So, we all are for enjoyment of Krishna. Okay, so because we had separate desire to enjoy, so some wanted to enjoy like men, some wanted to enjoy like women. So they got those bodies. So one should not be too much proud because originally everybody is soul only. Okay, so they are just in different body like male body, female body. So one should not think too much in that point of view. Okay, and otherwise it will be a problem. Okay, so because one should, but for protection, like for our sadhana, it's good to be away and focus on bhakti. That's it. Not much. One should not be thinking that okay, I'm a man, so I can now. Women are anyway low class, less intelligent, so we can disrespect them. That's not meant here. The one should not. One should see the context of the shlokas and all those conversations. Okay. Sri Shukdev Goswami continued, after the demons heard the words of Mohinimurti, who had spoken as if jokingly, they were all very confident. They laughed with gravity and ultimately they delivered the container of nectar into her hands. Because she spoke jokingly, it became confirmed that we should give the nectar to her only. She will distribute equally. The personality of Godhead in his form of Mohini was certainly not joking, but talking seriously with gravity. The demons, however, being captivated by Mohini Murthy's bodily features, took her words as a joke and confidently delivered the container of nectar into her hands. Okay? Thus, Mohini Murthy resembles Lord Buddha, who appeared Sammohai Surudusham to cheat the others. Buddha also appeared like that only. The word Surdisam refers to those who are envious of the demigods or devotees. Sometimes an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cheats the atheists. Thus, we see here that although Mohini Murti was speaking factually to the Asuras, the Asuras took her words to be facetious. Indeed, they were so confident of Manimurti's honesty, okay, that they immediately delivered the container of nectar into her hands, as if they would allow her to do with the nectar whatever she liked, whether she distributed it, threw it away, or drank it herself without giving it to them. ततो गृहीत्वा मृतभाजनं हरि ततो गृहीत्वा मृतभाजनं हरिर्बवाश ईशत् स्मितशोभया गिरा यदभ्युपेतं क्वच साध्वसाधु वा कृतं मया वो विविजे सुधामिमां तथा thereafter गृहीत्वा taking possession of amrit bhajanam, the pot containing the nectar, Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari in the form of Mohini, Babasha, spoke Ishat, slightly Smith, Shobhaya, Gira, with a smiling beauty and by words. Yadi, if Abhyupetam promised to be accepted, Kvacha, whatever it may be, Sadhu, Asadhuva, whether honest or dishonest. Kirtam Maya is done by Nivaha unto you. Vivaje, I shall give you the proper share. Sudham, nectar, Imam, this. Thereafter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, having taken possession of the container of nectar, smiled slightly and spoke in attractive words. Spoke in attractive words. She said, "My dear demons, if you accept whatever I may do, whether honest or dishonest, then I can take responsibility for dividing the nectar among you. Otherwise, unnecessary. See, if you don't have faith on me, why I will take unnecessary trouble?" Okay, so the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot abide by anyone's dictation. Whatever he does is absolute. The demons, of course, were deluded by the illusory potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus Mohini Murti got them to promise that whatever she would do, they would accept. इत्यभिव्याहृतम् इत्यभिव्याहृतं तस्या आकर्ण्या इत्यभिव्याहृतं तस्या आकर्ण्यासुरपुङ्गवा अप्रामाणविदस्तस्यास्तत्तथ्येत्यन्वमंसतः इति thus abhyartham, the words that were spoken tasya her Akarna, after hearing Asur Pungava, the chief of the demons, Apramanavidaha, because they were all foolish, tasya for those words, Tatha, let it be so, iti thus, Anvamamsata agreed to accept. The chiefs of the demons were not very expert in deciding things. Upon hearing the sweet words of Mohini Murti, they immediately assented. Yes, they answered. What you have said is all right. Thus the demons agreed to accept her decision. Okay. So sometime Mohini Murti, Buddha, this kind of incarnation happens to cheat the atheist. By cheating, he will do his lila. Text 14 and 15. Okay, so now he will start distributing. अतो पोषकृतस्नाना भूत्वा च हविषनलं दत्त्वा गोवी प्रभूतेभ्यः कृत्स्वस्ते ययनाद्विजै यतोपजोषं वासांसि परिधाय हतानि ते कुशेषु प्राविशन् सर्वे प्राग्रगृहेष्वभिभूषिता अथ after Uposya, observing a fast, Krita Snana, performing bathing, Bhutva, offering oblations, Cha, also Havisha, declared by butter, Analam into the fire, Dattva, giving in charity, Gopi Prabhutebhya, unto the cows, Brahmins, and living beings in general, Krita Swasthayana, performing ritualistic ceremonies, Vijay, as dictated by the Brahmanas, Yatha Upajosham, according to one's taste, Vasamsi garments, Paridhaya, putting on Ahatani, first class anew, They all of them Kusheshu on seats made of Kusha grass, Pravisham sitting on them, Sarve all of them Prak Agreshu facing east, Abhibhushita properly decorated with ornaments. The demigods and demons then observed a fast. The demigods and demons then observed a fast. After bathing, they offered clarified butter and oblations into the fire and gave charity to the cows and to the Brahmins and members of the other orders of society, namely the Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras, who were all rewarded as they deserved. Thereafter, the demigods and demons performed ritualistic ceremonies under the directions of the Brahmanas. Then they dressed themselves with new garments according to their own choice, decorated their bodies with ornaments, and sat facing east on seats made of kusha grass. Ready. The Vedas enjoin that for every ritualistic ceremony, one must first become clean by bathing either in the water of the Ganges or Yamuna or in the sea. Then one may perform the ritualistic ceremony and offer clarified butter into the fire. In this verse, the words paridhaya ahatani are especially significant. A sannyasi or a person about to perform a ritualistic ceremony should not dress himself in clothing sween with a needle. Okay, that is why if you see the pujaris and all, while doing worship, they put the only unsween cloth, which are not stitched with a needle. Those cloths only they wear. Okay, any cloth which is stitched, which has got a stitching, that pujari cannot wear while doing puja or any ritualistic ceremony. प्राङ्मुखेष्वुपविष्टेषु सुरेषु दितिजेषु च धूपामोदितशालायां जुष्टायां माल्यदीपकैः तस्यां नरेन्द्रकरभोरुषदु तस्यां नरेन्द्रकरभोरुषदुकुलश्रोणीतटालसगतिर्मदविहुलाक्षी सा पूजति कनकनूपुरसिंजितेन कुम्भस्तनी कलशपाणिरथा विवेश. Prakmukeshu facing east, Upavisteshu were sitting on their respective seats, Sureshu, all the demigods, Diti, Jeshu, the demons, Cha, also Dhoop Amodit Shalayam, in the arena which was full of the smoke, incense. Justayam, fully decorated Malya Deepakai with flower garlands and lamps. Tasyam, in the arena, Nara Indra, O king, Karabha Uru, having thighs resembling the trunks of elephant, Kushat Pula, dressed with a very beautiful sari, Shroni third because of big hips, Alasagati, stepping very slowly, Mother behavior, Akshi, whose eyes were restless because of youthful pride, Sa, she, Kujati, tinkling, Kanak Nupur of golden ankle bells, Sinjitena, with the sound, Kumbhastani, a woman whose breasts were like water jugs, Kalashpani, holding a water pot in her hand, Ata thus Avivesha entered the arena. Sorry. Translation. O king, as the demigods and demons sat facing east in an arena fully decorated with flower garlands and lamps and fragrant with the smoke of incense, that woman, dressed in the most beautiful sari, her ankle bells tinkling, entered the arena, walking very slowly because of her big, low hips. Her eyes were restless due to youthful pride. Her breasts were like water jugs. Her thighs resembled the trunks of elephants, and she carried a water pot in her hand. Tam तां श्रीसखीं कनककुण्डलचारुकर्णन्नासाकपोलवदनां परदेवताख्यां संवीक्ष्य सम्मुहुर्स्मितवीक्षणेन देवासुराभिगलितस्तनपट्टिकान्तां ताम् unto her Sri Sakhim. Sukadeva Goswami giving a very elaborate explanation. Sri Shakim, appearing like a personal associate of the goddess of fortune, Kanak Kundal with golden earrings, Charu, very beautiful, Karna ears, Nasa nose, Kapola cheeks, Padanam face, Twara Devata Akhyam, the supreme lord, the personality of Godhead, appearing in that form, Samviksha, looking at her, Sammuhu, all of them became enchanted, Kutsmith, slightly smiling, Deepchanena, glancing over them, Devasurai, all the demigods and demons. Vigalit Istan Pattika Antam, the border of the sari on the breast moved lightly. Her attractive nose and cheeks and her ears, adorned with golden earrings, made her face very beautiful. So this is all explanation of Lord. Now Lord himself is so beautiful. When he appeared like woman, we think he so beautiful. So as she moved, her sari's border on her breast moved slightly aside. When the demigods and demons saw these beautiful features of Mohini Murti, who was glancing at them and slightly smiling, they were all completely enchanted. It's like finished. Okay. So Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks here that Mohini Murti's form and that the goddess of fortune is her associate. This form assumed by the personality of Godhead challenged the goddess of fortune. The goddess of fortune is beautiful, but if the Lord accepts the form of a woman, he surpasses the goddess of fortune in beauty. It is not that the goddess of fortune, being female, is the most beautiful. The Lord is so beautiful that he can excel any beautiful goddess of fortune by assuming a female form. Okay. असुराणां सुधादानं सर्पाणाम् इव दुर्नयं मत्वा जातिर्निशंसानां नाथां व्यभजत अच्युत. Asuranam of the demons, Sudhadanam giving of the nectar, Sarpanam of snakes, evil like Duranyam, miscalculation, Matvat, thinking like that, Jati Nirshamsanam of those who are by nature very envious, Na, not Nam, the nectar, Devaja delivered the share, Achyuta, the supreme personality of Godhead, who never falls down. Demons are by nature crooked like snakes. Therefore, to distribute a share of the nectar to them was not at all feasible, since this would be as dangerous as supplying milk to a snake. Considering this,